Hi, this is Maxine English coming to you from Global TV, and I'm also coming from you. And today it's all about courage. So, unlocking the fearless you. It's here again. I'm here. It's coming up to Christmas. It's amazing. So, it's going to be absolutely amazing, and I'm looking forward to my time off. What time do I get off? Let me think. I'm broadcasting Christmas Day. I've got Boxing Day off and I've got Christmas Eve off. Woohoo! So anyway, guys, I just want to have a bit of fun with it today. It's also Christmas week. Absolutely amazing. I've not even got a Christmas hat on today. So I thought, well, what we'll do is we'll put the banner up. We'll leave that up this week. And I see if I can get myself a Christmas hat, especially for you this coming week. Because I know obviously you're going to enjoy it. It's going to be great. It's going to be lovely. Hi, Susan. Nice to see you, my lovely. And also, it's nice to see you as well, Chris. It's nice to see you here, my love. So, unlocking the fearless you. Yes, it's here. It's here to stay. And today, talking about courage and also talking about Christmas. So I thought I'd do the mix up of everything. And not only that, I've actually done my first poem. I know, look at me go. Susan, you're going to be happy with this one, love, because I've actually done a poem. Never done one before. And I thought I'd give it a try. And it's all to do about courage. So it'll be absolutely amazing. Hi, Isaac. I hope that's how I said it. Absolutely brilliant. Fantastic. So today's topic is all about courage. Now, sometimes courage is not about you going out there and you roar into the world and go, look at me. It's amazing. I can do this. You know, it's not all about that. You know, and as you see, when I come on, it comes down to courage. It comes down to confidence. It comes down to self-esteem. It comes down to everything. Because it wasn't that long ago that I could never do what we're doing right now. It's just something that I was like, you know, from the ages of 10, when I got embarrassed, I stood up on stage, and it was very much that I did a concert in front of all the friends and family. I did a concert in front of everybody else's friends and family in the whole school, and I forgot my lines. And from that day, I promised myself that I'd never, ever stand up on stage and embarrass myself ever again. But this year, I decided in January that no more. You know, it's very much that this year was all about change. It was all about moving forward. It's all going to be, you know, about, you know, crossing boundaries and overcoming fears and bringing that courage out. And that's exactly what I've done this year. And just, you know, looking back on my year of what I've done, you know, I can't believe that if I would have actually said last year, you know, what are you going to achieve this year? I never thought that I would have achieved as much as I have done. And it was all because I set down boundaries, I set down goals, and I put everything down to say, this is what I'd like to achieve. And do you know what? I've achieved more than what I expected. So I'm really happy with that. And I'm looking forward to doing exactly the same in 2019. Evie, you're back. Hi, my darling. It's nice to see you. So it's good that you're here. Yeah, so it's very much that sometimes courage can be, you know, to a certain particular person, it might be that it's really quiet within them, but they're willing to take the chance or willing to go with it no matter what. And, you know, at the end of the day, as long as you keep it close to your heart, as long as you're honest with yourself, as long as you know that you can get it out there and you can do it, because, you know, courage comes with fear. You know, they go hand in hand. And it's very much that what happens is you fear something so much. And the courage is to do it anyway, no matter what. I mean, I had a conversation with a lady today, and, you know, and we talked about broadcasting, we talked about other stuff as well. We talked about things that she's doing in her life. And it's very much that, you know, the reasons why she's not took the next step is because she was scared that if she'd have done this next step, she would have got it wrong. And the thing is, it's like, and I said to her, I said, well, what would you say if someone else was in the same situation? She said, well, you know, I'll tell them, you know, that perhaps to go and do this, look at themselves and see how well they've done. And once, you know, they see and understand how well they've done, and then perhaps to move forward with it. I said, well, what if they come around and said to you that they were scared? And she turned around and said, well, you never know until you try it. So I said to her, well, there you go, let's try it. And she was like, oh, yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, you know, sometimes is when you say certain things, you don't take your own medicine, you don't take your own advice, you know, and that's a lot of things that do happen, is that, you know, people go around saying this you do, you should do this, you should do that. But the fact is that if you took your own medicine, you know, in certain situations, you'd be flying high as a kite naturally, because you'd be going so far forward that, you'll be happy to go to the next step. There'll be nothing holding you back. There'll be nothing to say, turn around and say to you, you can't do this, because you just go ahead and you just do it. And that's this year that's what I've decided to do, that no matter what it is, that I'm going to sit there and I'm just going to do it. And even though sometimes it comes back in like everything does, it's very much that, I just sit there and go, do you know what? How would I feel once I actually did that? Even though I'm quite apprehensive of doing it, once I achieved it, how would I feel about it? And so what I do is I look at the end goal and put my feelings into my end goal and exactly go, do you know what? This is what I think about it. I think that I've achieved something. I've learned something. I've expressed a certain feeling about something. Whatever it is, it's like the thought of it after, I bring that inside of me beforehand. And it's like, wow, how amazing would that be? So then what I do is I go into it thinking, wow, how amazing would that be? And that's what keeps me going. So this is the reason why, over the Christmas period, I wanted to talk to you about courage, because it's very much coming into 2019. And 2019 is going to be a big year for you. You might not know that yet, but it will be a big year for you, because for people that have actually been watching the broadcast, for people that see, a lot of things that we've been getting up to, Bradley Chapman and the 12, and also all the extra people that are coming on board as well, is like by bringing them on board, it's actually saying that you've got more to give. And you just got to get out there and you just got to do that. So, I just wanted to go through everything with you, and I hope you don't mind. I mean, if you've got questions, then ask me them questions. But, I wanted to also say about courage is also, it's a big thing to be happy. Now, a lot of people go, you need courage to be happy? Like, really? It's just a normal thing. But no, in some people's brain, it takes a lot for someone to walk out a door. It takes a lot for someone to smile and go, it's great. It's going to be a great day. I'm going to be happy. It's going to be amazing. Sometimes it comes naturally to people, and sometimes it's a real struggle. But you've just got to get out there and just got to make sure you tell yourself in that mirror every single day, do you know what? I get up, I'm alive, I'm amazing, and I'm going to make today better than what it was yesterday. So it's very much that I thought, well, to be happy, some people, just see it as a given. It's like me. I wake up probably say 99% that I'm like, I get up in the morning and I'm like, wow, morning, and that's just me. But, when you get other people that are not morning people, but you imagine feeling that way in the morning, but feeling like that way all day long, every day. And sometimes that can be just so hard to do. And you just got to get the courage to just smile and to get out there and tell yourself how amazing you are. Because what that does is when you tell yourself, and make sure you smile, because if you smile, give it a try. If you smile and try and say something really sad, is no matter what you try and tell yourself, because you're smiling, your brain says it's not a sad thing and you don't feel sad. But it's like, when you look at, when you have a picture taken. Now, when you have a picture taken and you have some people that go, it makes you feel, oh, come on, get the picture taken. But then you've got some people that are like, because obviously they're in a bit of a jokey mood or anything like that. Or you've got some people that are like, but when you smile, I know it's a terrible smile, isn't it? It's like really teethy. But when you smile, it very much, it lifts your spirit. It lifts, all the chemicals in your body, they just lift. And by doing that, I just want you over the Christmas period that no matter whether you've gone through loss, whether you've gone through pain, whether you've gone through breakups, whether you've gone through family that are no longer with us, no matter what you've gone through over the Christmas period, I want you to wake up and smile every single day and give it a try. And then come January, come and talk to me and tell me how long it's taken you over them 2 weeks that you've smiled every single day, and how you felt when you woke up in the morning for the time that you went back in the evening. And, you'll be surprised how much things change. And I just thought it'd be absolutely amazing if that you could just smile and just be happy. And that also runs us into is also believing in yourself. Because, at the end of the day, when we talk about fear, we talk about, taking risks. We talk about moving forward, being in the unknown. We also talk about, taking the ball by the horns and saying, come on, let's do this. Get a bit of a Bradley inside you and get the enthusiasm going and go, take this ball by the horns, I'm going to run with it. And that enthusiasm, what it does, it rubs off on people. So you imagine if you wake up in the morning, you're smiling to yourself, and then you go up to someone as you're walking past and go, good morning, and by doing that, You know, it makes you feel good because you've actually cheered somebody else up, as well as obviously then makes you smile because you've done that. So you're helping other people at the same time. So it's very much that, you know, just keep going, just keep doing, and you know, smile with it. So, you know, there's a lot of things that also comes with courage. And, you know, on the other side of things, it also comes with fear, it comes with pain, it comes with stress. Now, the thing is, what you do with those is that you can sit there and go, do you know what? I don't know whether I can carry on. I don't know whether I can keep getting up in the morning and going through the same thing over and over again. You know, because the way you've got to look at it is that if you keep doing the same things, you're going to get the same result. So just tweak it slightly, and then by tweaking it, you'll get a different result. And if you tweak it every single day, no matter what you try and do, once you tweak it to that right little sweet spot, it'll work out exactly how you want it to do. But if you only tweaked it 2 or 3 times and then gave up, you'd never find that sweet spot. You never would. So, and it's exactly the same as, like, I've used this story before. It's like, if you're going down the road to go and buy a pint of milk, what is the point of getting halfway and going, my legs hurt, I'm just going to sit down? Does that get you a pint of milk, and does it get you home? No, it doesn't. So what happens is that you go, oh, my legs hurt, but I've just got to go down, I've got to get my pint of milk, and I've got to come home, because then I can have my breakfast, or I can put it into something, or, you know, things like that. So, you know, what I'm trying to say to you is be persistent. You know, when you're persistent and you keep moving forward, have faith in yourself, have belief in yourself, that every single day you take one more step. You know, whether it's to your dreams, or whether it's to your goals, or whatever you've set yourself to say, I need to get there, you know, that's what you need to do. You need to make sure that you've got those in here and on your paper, is in front of your eyes, saying, that's what I'm going to do this year. See, I knew this year was going to be, I wrote it down in January, wrote it down in January, I should say, that's bad English, I know. So I wrote it down in January that this year I was going to close my shop, and I was going to help other people, and I was going to do something more than what I was doing today, because I knew that I needed to do more to help others. And I didn't know what that was at the time. So it was very much that in my head, no matter what happening, I was going to close the shop, put everything online, and Party Crown Direct would literally go online, and I would just have to, you know, make sure that, you know, everything was sorted out, and to make sure that, you know, that I did the advertisement for everything. And I knew that then that it would just work. So I was like, right, okay, that's what I've set in my head, that my goal this year is to close the shop and obviously to go online. So by August, that's exactly what I did. And, you know, everything coming to preparation. Some things don't happen straight away. I mean, we're talking like 8 months down the line, you know. But if you set your goal for that year, you've got that year to sort that out. So that's what I decided to do. And then obviously I met Brad back in, well, I spoke to Brad back in April. Then I met him in August. And, you know, I said to him that I wanted to do something for other people, to help others. And I told him about my story. And he was like, oh, come down. And then that's the thing. I didn't know that's what was going to happen. I didn't know that, you know, it's very much that, can I really do this? And I just went and did it. And like I said, it's about taking risks. So it was like, okay, put a bit of money, invest in myself, you know, take the risk to go and do something. Am I going to be laughed off stage? You know, is people going to look at me and go, what do I want to know about that for? You know, but I just thought, well, you know what? I want to do this just for me. And if it works out really well for me, and then we'll see how it goes from then on. So I did my first talk. And it got really, really well responded, and it was absolutely brilliant. So I was like, okay, so now I want to go and do that again, but I want to tell a bit more about my story and about me and what's happened and everything else, and see if I can help other people with the situation that have gone through the same as me. And that's when I went and did that in August, and I became an award-winning speaker. And it's absolutely amazing, because that has just gone on from other things. It's not even something that I'd thought about, not something that I dreamt about, because I didn't know that existed for me. So sometimes just by taking a risk, you know, don't get anxiety over it. Don't have a panic attack over it. Just sit there and go, do you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm going to take them bull by the horns, and I'm going to run with it, and then we'll see what comes of it. So that's exactly what I did. And the thing is once you do that, and you get that in your head exactly what's going to happen, it's very much that it's like you've told the universe that's what's going to happen. And then that's what starts happening. And I suppose it's the same as when you get people that you hang around certain people, and you go, do you know what? I want to be where they are. And then all of a sudden, it's like it goes on and it ends up being that you do end up being where they are. And they've moved on a couple of steps. So it ends up being that you look at them again, I want to be where you are. And so you go and you keep moving yourself forward. And that's basically what I'm basically saying. Is very much that, you know, go to your dreams, go to your goals. Don't be afraid to take the steps to get there. Don't be scared to take the risks, because, you know, in 2019, I don't want you coming back here a year from today saying, I wish I would have done that because this would have been so much different. You know, 2019 is going to be the year to take the risk, to move forward and take your steps to your goal. Because another year, you know, a year is a long time. It's 365 days. You know, even if you took a step once every month, that's 12 steps. That's amazing. You know, so just, you know, set them realistically, but set them just out of reach. So at least then you're stretching your mind with them. And you've got to be strong. You know, sometimes is that, you know, you sit there and think, do you know, can I really do this? But it doesn't matter, because you know that you've got to get to your end goal. Everybody has off days. We all have off days. All right, I don't have off days very often, but, you know, we do have off days. And it's very much that, you know, you just got to make sure that once you've had your off day, you have a brilliant day the next day. Sit there and tell yourself that, you know what, I had a really bad day yesterday. So bad that I just didn't want to, I couldn't handle anything. I just didn't want to do it. But then the next day, you got to get out of bed and go, right, I've now got double to make up. I've got to make up yesterday's and I've got to make up today's. And get yourself excited about what you're about to go and do. And, you know, help you with your friends. Get friends, help with your family. You know, go and help them if need be. Over the Christmas period, you know, you've got to sit and think. You've also got friends and family that want to see you. You might not see them all year, but why? Why don't you see them all year? Is it because you just, you know, too busy with your life? But this is the time now. It's Christmas. All right. Family's not just for Christmas. Same as a dog's not just for Christmas. But it's like, you know, you do your best. So you just got to make sure that every day you go out there and enjoy it, especially over this period. And as I said, no matter what's happened in the past, this is your time. Because it's your time to get yourself ready over the next 2 weeks to make sure that 2019 is the most amazing year for you. And you've got to promise yourself that. So, you know, not only do your friends and your family need you, but the world needs your courageous heart. Your world needs you to be on your best and to actually give what you're meant to be giving. So that's what I wanted to put to you. So the next point I'm going to make, which I'm going to make in a moment, because I'm going to go to the comments, because there's quite a few of you down here. So there's a lot of things going on. So I'm going to have a look at some of these. So we've got Susan in the house. It's like, wood, exactly what we like to see. We're also saying the highs and the yays. Yeah, exactly like that. So Abby has said, hey, back live, broadcasting from Hobbitshire, Cheshire. Love you, Maxine. Love you back, Abby. It's good to see you, my love. Hi to Abby. Hi to Susan. So Susan says, I agree, it takes a lot for me. It does. I know it does, Susan. But you know what? I want you to promise me and promise yourself over the Christmas period, every day, I want you to wake up with a smile. And I want you to do one thing, just one thing every single day to make yourself feel better. And then after 14 days, which is going to be the beginning of January, I want you to tell me exactly how you felt after them 2 weeks. Okay? That is your homework. That is your homework. So Abby's put, this is amazing. Yes, I need to listen to my own lessons. Help quite a few people, but stay in the dark myself a lot of the time. Exactly that. Exactly that. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do every single day, Abby? Tell me. Are you going to start learning your own lessons and put yourself in a situation, write it down as in it was somebody else, and write down exactly what you'd say to someone. So imagine it was over a text message, what you would say to someone in that situation, then put it on there and then tell yourself that situation. Tell it out loud, because then your brain hears it, your brain sees it, and, you know, you'll then take more notice. So that's my little bit of advice to you. Susan put, that is true. I just tried it. Good. I'm glad you tried it. I like to be interactive with the crowd. Abby's put, takes me a while to get motivated in the morning, but by dinner I'm flying. Oh, dear. So it takes you a good like 8 hours to wake up. You'll wake for what, 3 or 4, then go back to bed. But yeah, I get you. Gorgeous smile, beaming. Exactly, got to be beaming. A big T smile. Susan, I'm glad you love it. Sharing away. Do you know what? Amazing. Share it as much as you possibly can. Because you know what? You know, if I spread this smile and it cheers somebody else up for them for their day, then that, you know, I've done it. It's absolutely brilliant. Greatness and brilliance is infectious. It's the best way. Take your own medicine, Avi. Yeah, exactly that. So make sure you keep out the dark and take on that brilliance and excellence yourself. Bradley Chapman is a way of bringing the best out in you. What a guy. He does indeed. And you know what? Something between me and you. He's like it all the time. He's very much, he's like, you know, when he's on it, he's on it. He's like, wow. Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. Avi's put, the wheels on my dreams are already starting to move. Thank you for the reminder. No problem. Just make sure every single day until at least beginning of January, every day without fail, no matter what it is, I want to make sure you come to me back in January and tell me how it made you feel. So we've also got every day is a blessed day. I'm assuming that's Roy Reagan in the house. I'm assuming so. Oh, Adam's put, evening everybody. Seeing you always makes me smile. I'm glad about that, Susan. It's exactly what it's about. Everyone's saying hi to Adam. Adam's saying nice to meet you all. That's absolutely amazing. You know, it's all about interacting with each other. It's all about getting to know each other. And you know what? You become friends, and you know, it's great to have Facebook friends. It's nice to have people there that are like-minded, that, you know, remind you and say, you know, don't forget, because, you know, you are just as important as everybody else, and just make sure you remember that. So I want to say to you, stand up and speak up. Avi, this also includes you, my darling. Stand up and speak up. So, you know, with courage, it takes courage sometimes to say yes. You know, it's like you really don't feel like it. You don't want to go and do something, but you've got to say yes anyway. It doesn't mean you've got to be a yes person, because sometimes if something's bad for you, it's also great to say no. So, Avi, say yes to things. Susan, say no to things. See, I'm getting to know you. And it's always, you know, it's courage to make that change. You know, it's scary to start with to make a change. Some people like change, some people don't. I'm very much, I enjoy change. I like the fact is it's something new. I get too bored otherwise, probably because I'm a bit too hyperactive. You never know. But yeah, it's very much that I do enjoy change. And, you know, some people are not like that. And I do understand. I mean, my mum, she hates change. I mean, I was going through, you know, certain things today with her finances and everything else. And, you know, I was going to change one thing on there to make it a bit cheaper for her. And she's like, no, I've had it for years. I don't want to change it. I don't know what's going to happen. And I'm like, but I can get it cheaper and it's going to be absolutely fine. I'm just going to change it. No, don't do that. And that's the thing. Some people, no matter what it is, just don't like change because it's something they just don't enjoy, or they don't know how to handle it, or they just don't like the unknown. And that's the thing. It takes courage. It takes courage to make the change, you know, and it takes courage sometimes to let things go. It takes courage sometimes to things that you need and you want to keep close to you. And sometimes it takes courage to go after what you want. So if you do want something in life, if you have always wanted to do something, and then have the courage to go and get it, set that goal, set that dream, whatever you want to do, make it a reality and go and do that. Because at the end of the day, you know, have the courage to start, have the courage to grow, have the courage to sit still and to listen. And you know what? Everything begins with courage, because no matter what you do, where you go, how you go, and, you know, why you do it, it all comes down to courage. Change is good. Exactly that, Roy. Change is good, my lovely. Abby's put, yes, I can and definitely will. Absolutely brilliant. That's exactly what I like to see. Adam has put, I've officially finished my 6 weeks of counselling. Wow. So after 6 weeks, you remember we had this conversation probably 5 or 6 weeks ago, Adam. And when you first went into it, how did you feel? I want you to tell me how you felt. And then now you finished your 6 weeks. How do you feel now? Have you turned around and said, do you know what? I can't believe I've done it. Do you sit there and feel that I've achieved something? Are you happier? The fact is that you've gone over things in your situation. You know, there is so much there to think of, so much there to go through. And now what you've got to do is you've got to start thinking of your goals. Your goals, people may tell you that you're wrong in what you do. People may say you've just got a pipe dream, get over yourself. But you know what? It's your goal. There's no good you just sitting in your comfy chair and just saying, do you know what? If I sit here for at least 10 months and then I'll get up in November, do it in December, and in 2019, everything will be changed. That's not how it works. You got to start January. Make that small step to change in January, because by the time you come to November, you would have completed your goal anyway, and you probably would have been on to the next 2 or 3, right? It obviously really depends on what it is. But the thing is, if you leave it till November, it's completely like, oh, just not even interested no more. And then you lose the enthusiasm, you lose the track, you lose the, going for it, taking the ball by the horns. And the thing is, you just don't want to do that, because, you just want to keep going. It's tiring, it is, but that's life. Life is tiring. Life's not fair, tough, get on it. So yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. So you just got to make sure that you go for your goal and just keep moving forward to it. Even if it's one step at a time, once a month, just keep moving forward. Okay, so like I said to you before, fear into courage. So no matter whether you fear it, no matter if you're doing something in your life that you fear, it could be that your fear of heights, it could be your fear of speaking, it could be the fear of you going in front of this camera, it could be the fact is that you don't like holding a spider. But if you have the courage to do it anyway, how would you feel afterwards? You sit there and go, I can't believe I just done that. Went and did a bungee jump. If you went and jumped out of a plane, there's not one person that I've heard turn around and say after, oh, that was pants. It's very much, it's like, oh my God, that's amazing, that's exhilarating, I can't believe I've done that. I didn't like it, I wasn't going to do it, I absolutely hated it. The fear came out of me, but I did it anyway, and I feel so exhilarated, right? Going into things like that and doing them anyway, it's such a pleasing thing to you, because that will help you bring your confidence up, that will help you bring your self-esteem up, that will make you feel better about you, and that will make you smile. So that's what I want to say to you. Push all your fears that you've got, every single one of them. Don't let them paralyze you. I want you to think of all the fears that you have, and at the beginning of 2019, I want you to face every single one of them, and then tell me how you feel. Because if by doing that you can face every fear that you've got, you will feel absolutely amazing after. Change till you get your courage to triumph over fear. Courage is an amazing thing. Like I said, it's a fear, but do it anyway. Take the ball by the horns and run with it, because it's going to come, whether you like change or not. It's going to come no matter what you do, whether it's updating your phone, whether it's coming on Facebook or whatever it is, it's going to happen. So you might as well enjoy it while it's here and just work with what you've got, rather than fearing it and just hiding in the corner. A lot of people say to me they're not technology people. They don't like technology. They don't know how to deal with technology. I was one of them people too. And you know what? The last month or so, I'd probably say that I've been helping other people do their technology. And they tell me, I don't know how to do it. I really fear what I'm doing because I don't understand. And you know what? The more that I'm doing, the more I'm understanding, the more I'm enjoying it. And once you enjoy something, you keep doing it and you get better at it. And once you get better at it, then you just want to do more of it. So, I started doing lives once a week, then twice a week, then 3 times a week. And so far this week, I've been on last Thursday, I was on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and you just end up doing more and more of something that you enjoy, something that you love. So you need to overcome, take action, move forward. Everybody agree? Give me some thumbs up. Give me some lovings. I want to see those thumbs up, because I want you all to overcome your fears this year. This year is going to be a big year for you. So we've got on here, Adam's put, hang on, let's bring that up. Adam's put, 2019, I will do a few things. 1, I will beat this depression. 2, I will overturn my daughter's adoption. Yes, it will be hard, but confidence and support is there. I will get qualification, become a mental health worker. Wow. Absolutely wow. Now, they are huge goals. Huge goals. So what you need to do, Adam, take one goal on one A4 sheet of paper and write it down at the top. And then what you need to do is you need to do a timeline of what you're going to do for each one. So if you want to do You'll Beat Depression, so go through, what do I need to do to beat depression? I need to get out the house. I need to go and visit one person every single day. Or if you can't handle that, I want you to walk to the shops every single day and say hello to somebody. Even if it's the cashier, if it's someone walking down the road, just do it anyway. Yeah. And then what I want you to do is, whether you want to do your Facebook Lives or whether you want to ring somebody up, or whether you want to, but it's got to be some kind of contact with somebody. Yeah. Because depression is very lonely. So you need to get yourself out of your loneliness. And then what we need to do is break it all down. If you're really struggling with it, go to YouTube, How to Beat Depression. And then they'll give you a step-by-step guide of how to beat depression, and go onto Google. Yeah, and it will give you loads and loads of steps of how to do it. And basically by doing that, write them down. And once you've accomplished that, tick it off to say you've done it. Because what happens, you'll see them things being ticked off. And by the time you get to the end of it, you would have beaten your depression. And do exactly the same with your, obviously the adoption. So what do you need to do to get her out of the adoption? What do you need to do to make sure it works? You say it's going to be hard, but the support's there. So use the support as much as you can, right? And then when it comes down to getting your qualification to become a mental health worker, so what is it you need to do next? Do you need to go and have an interview? Do you need to go and enroll in a college? Do you need to go and see somebody like a support worker to see what you can do and what the next step is? Do you need to get a qualification in English and maths maybe? So that is your next steps. So each one of them goals, break them down into chunks. Once you break everything down into a chunk, tick off your chunks as you go along. And then when you look at it and you'll come to the end of the year, you've literally crossed off or ticked off all them chunks that you've done. And you can look over all them things that you've achieved and go, do you know what? I actually achieved all them bits. And you can turn around and go that you've made your goal. You've done it. How amazing would that be? How amazing would that feel? And that goes for everybody. That's not just Adam. That's just giving you a bit of insight of, the best thing to do with anything that you've got, put it into bite-sized chunks and, go through it, list everything down and tick them as you go along. You imagine if you're having a day that you're cleaning the house, for argument's sake. Yeah. And you go, right, and the bathroom needs cleaning, the living room needs hoovering, the dining room needs dusting, the kitchen needs cleaning down, the floors need mopping. And what you do is once you've done them, you tick them off. And at the end of the day, you go, oh, I've done all my housework. It's amazing. Yeah. Same sort of thing. Same sort of situation. So, oh, look at this, Adam. You've already booked yourself into a mental health first aid course for March next year. Yay! Look at you go. That is your first steps, and that will also help with your depression as well. So that'd be absolutely amazing. Also, Susan's put that she can help you with that, Adam. See, we love a bit of loving going on. Susan, we've got the love. We've got the love. That's absolutely amazing. Okay, so that's brilliant. So I'm now, you ready for this? I did my first poem. Now, I did say it was my first poem. I didn't say it was going to be absolutely amazing, but I wrote it in the good intentions. So I can't say it's all going to rhyme, but it's my first poem. So I'm going to give you my first poem. You ready for this? It's called The 12 Steps of Courage. So, stand up in what you believe when others don't. Make decisions when others won't. Speak about what is on your mind and don't get left behind. Have the courage to listen to others and don't get you like you used to listen to your mothers. Try something new and take a risk. If you don't, it not to be perfect. Acknowledge your weakness and push straight through. Be the person that you once knew. Block out the negative voices, think positive and true. Control what you can be, courageous with the rest, and you have to remember you're going to do your very best. Whoop, whoop. There we go. There's my first ever poem that I wrote called The 12 Steps of Courage. So, and that's my thing to you, is the fact is that I did that poem in about 25 minutes and I just put some bullet points down and did my poems. Susan, what did you think? You're the poem lady. And yeah, so it was very much that I did this poem and, you're one of the first people to hear it. And, it's, well, there you go. So I just wanted to say, not all poems rhyme. Okay, that's absolutely fine then, because there's bits in there that don't. But I had to put the 12 in. Dave Wilkes, look out. Yeah, I'm sure he'll be absolutely fine with that. He can keep his job. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so we're talking about Christmas courage. Now, the reason why I wanted to go through Christmas courage is because courage is a big thing, because as I said to you, a lot of people get lonely at Christmas, you know, and how many of you have got a neighbour down the road that doesn't have any family, or you've got someone that's just across the street that's lost their partner, or you've got someone that the children have moved out and it's just the husband and wife or something like that, or, you know, they might be on their own. So over Christmas, have a little thought about them people, because, you know, even though most people say it's just another day, but have that little day that's something special in her life to make us feel wanted would be absolutely amazing. Now, my next door neighbour, which is on this wall, she lost her husband a couple of months ago, and she's got a daughter and she's going around there for Christmas. But I'm actually going to knock on her door, and I've got a little tiny present for her, and I'm going to wish her a Merry Christmas, even though I know it's going to be the first Christmas she's lost her husband. And he did do well, he's 96 years old, but it doesn't make them love them any less. If anything, it's loving them more because they've spent so much time together. But the fact is, it's like knowing that she's going to be on her own, it's just a way of saying, I'm thinking of you. So whether you invite them round for Christmas dinner, if you want to go the whole hog, or whether you decide to actually bake him a pie and send it over to him, or whether you want to send him a Christmas card and just to say, I'm thinking of you, just to have that thought in your heart for that person. You know, even if you go around there for half an hour and have a cup of tea, I just want you to have a thought over Christmas, guys, just to make sure that the people around you, they're all okay too. Because, you know, to actually know that they're there and you've done something about it to cheer up their day, that makes you feel so much better. It makes them feel so much better. And it'll be absolutely amazing, because that takes courage. Even if it's someone you've never actually really spoken to, it does take courage. So I want to say to you, ladies and gents, you know, don't forget your elderly. Don't forget the lonely people. They need their help too. So what I want to say to you is the year ahead, it's going to be a new year, and it's going to be a new you. This new you, what is it going to look like? What has 2019 got in store for you? What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? What do you want to become? Do you want it to be a same stuff, different day kind of year? Now, right now, I want you to close your eyes. I want you to close them tightly, and I just want you to listen to what I say. In your head, the time is December 2019. In 2 weeks' time, it's going to be 2020. Are you in the right place in your life, and are you in the right place in your work? You've gone through this year, and you've done all the things that you've wanted to do. Are you where you want to be? Have you found out what your why is, how you got there, what you're even going to be, what you're going to overcome? Have you taken the steps over the last year to get in your perfect place? Do you know where you're going to be going? Do you know where you've been? Now open your eyes. Now I want you to make sure that when you get in a year's time from now, that you can sit there and go, do you know what? I took them steps and I'm where I want to be at the end of 2019. And I'm going to go into 2020. I'm going to go into 2020 with even more amazingness than what I did when I came into 2019. This is your year. You know, make sure you achieve what you want to achieve. Go for it. What have you got to lose? You know, you've got 2 weeks from now, 2 weeks from today, to find out exactly what you need, to find out what you want. Tick those boxes. Have the courage to change direction if you need to. If things are not working out, if you can sit there when you close your eyes and you're doing the same things that you're doing now, is that where you want to be in a year's time? Because if it's not, then change direction. If you want to close your shop because you want to go online, because you want to do something more, then don't be scared that even though you've put all your time, your effort, your stresses, your tears, your pain into it, change direction. Because if you change direction and it's going to be a better direction, then that is exactly what you need to do. Have the courage to seek, have the courage to find, and have the courage to get there and take the action to get there. Don't live in your own bubble. You know, you've got to explore the world around you. Be around the people that you want to be around. Be around the people that you want to be like. If you've got somebody that's a multi-millionaire person and you know that you struggle with money, then go and hang around with that multi-millionaire person, because the way they are, the way they act, the way they respond to people, the way they are as a person, mimic what they do. And then you will start bringing your own money in. If you want to be a scuba diver, you will then go to someone who does scuba diving and go and mimic what they do. Yeah, it's very much that whatever you decide to do, if that's where you want to be, then do it. If you want to become a parent and you've got a sister or a brother that's got kids, or you've got a friend that's got kids, you know, for 2 weeks, go and take their kids to school for them, go and pick them up, go and do their dinner, go and stay around there for 2 weeks, whatever you decide to do, you know, and find out within that 2 weeks, do you want to be a millionaire? Have you got the head, have you got the workload that you can handle to become that person? To see exactly, treading in their shoes, whether you can actually physically do it. Now you've gone around scuba divers, you know, you've tried scuba diving, you've done what they've done. Is it really your passion? Is it where you want to be? But you know what? You would have always thought that if you hadn't tried it. And what I'm saying to you is, like, when I left college back in 1998, that's a bit of a while ago, 1998, I left college and I did photography and I got a diploma. Now, with that photography, I wanted to work in forensics, and it's something that I'd always wanted to do. And it was very much that, even though I didn't do as much photography as I wanted to do, because I do know all other different jobs, it was very much that I always wanted to do forensics. Forensics was in my heart. It's something that I always wanted to do. And then in 2014, I actually went and did physics, chemistry, biology, and forensics. And when I actually went and did those and studied it for a year, I actually did forensics for like 3 months. And I actually found out that actually I really don't like it. It's really boring. But I'd spent all those years thinking, that's what I really want to do. That's where my heart is. But it wasn't until that I actually went on the course and actually did it that I actually realised it's actually not where I want to be. So if there's something that you really want, and it's something that you thought about for a long time, go and do it. Because if it's something that you really want and you go and do it and you'll get your goal, and that you'd be absolutely amazed that you've actually got there and you think, yes, I've done it. Or it might be you actually get there and go, do you know what? It's not really what I want to do. So but then what it does, it stops you thinking the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years of that's what you want to do, and go and change to do something else. You know, take the ball by the horns and change direction. So that's what I want to say to you is, you know, explore your world in 2019. Explore, you know, get out your own bubble. Be who you want to become. Have the courage to be a better you. You know, change is good. Change is very good. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. I wanted to make sure that you went to 2019 with an open mind, by moving forward, by getting out your own way, by getting out your bubble, by trying it, so having the courage to get there, and to make sure that you turn and go, do you know what? I can do this. So we've got 2 weeks. 2 weeks of writing stuff down, 2 weeks of writing goals, 2 weeks of, you know, putting things into, you know, into your head exactly how things are going to work. So by the time the 1st of January comes, you go, right, I'm now ready to rock and roll. I'm now ready to move myself forward and become the person I want to be. So I hope that's helped you today. I hope that you've actually really enjoyed that. Avi, I'm glad that you needed that, because obviously I've done my job. That's what it's about. And Adam's put, okay, I'll jump up on my live with you. Not today, Avi, not today. But I will come on your live very, very soon. And so I'm just reading some of yours that you've put down there. And what I want to say to you is, if you'd like to become a broadcaster, then it's on the bottom now. I'm taking on people over the Christmas period, over January. And we've also got the program that you can come into, which I've spoken to you about as well. But I'm actually going to give you a little bit of a Christmas present. If you would like to be a broadcaster, if you've got what it takes, if you've turned around and said it's something that you would like to try but you're scared to do it and you don't know how, what or why that you want to do it, my Christmas present to you is I'll let you have 4 broadcasts until the 31st of December. From now until the 31st of December, I will give you 4 broadcasts free of charge to get yourself on here. One, to see if you absolutely think it's amazing, that you actually really enjoy it, or whether you might decide actually it's not really what I want to do. That's my little Christmas gift from me to you. I will sort your schedule out. We'll have an introductory call. I'll make sure you know what you're doing, and we'll get you broadcasting. If you do decide you want to carry on after the 1st of January, obviously you can go on to the paid version and you can do that. That's absolutely fine. And you get all the training you need and everything you need. You can be a part of the broadcasting team and you can become an award-winning broadcaster. You get a chance to be on the TV. You know, you get a chance to be in the magazine. You get a chance to, you know, go to all our events that we've got going on with broadcast events. You get a chance to do all that. But my Christmas present from me to you, 4 broadcasts from now until Christmas, till New Year's Eve. So I want to say thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much. If you're going on replay, #replay. I want to say thanks very much to Susan for coming in and saying hello and putting all your comments out. I want to say, Avi, thank you for all your comments too. And I hope that it's helped you along the way, because obviously you needed this. I've not seen you for a couple of weeks and now you're back. And this was obviously meant for you as well. And Adam, I'm proud of you, my darling. You've done it. You've come a long way to when I first spoke to you. And I think you've all done absolutely amazing. And Roy, thank you for coming in with yours as well. And let's not perhaps tell Dave too much about my poems. But I want to say thank you very much, guys. It's been absolutely amazing. I will see you all again on Thursday with my special guest. And I'll speak to you all then. I want to say take care. And I'll see you all soon. Bye.